It's 9 o'clock at East Preston Junior School in Littlehampton, and Class 6JG are about to start the day's work.
What have we learnt about China so far?
For the past week, teacher John Galvin and his class have been studying China as part of a cross-curricular topic. They've looked at history, geography and the country's culture, including cuisine.
So what sort of food would a normal resident of, say, Beijing normally eat?
Noodles.
Noodles?
Chopsticks.
Well, with chopsticks, yeah. I'm a great believer that whatever interests the teacher, you can include within the curriculum. So, again, like China would appeal to myself.
John took advantage of the Beijing Olympics because he knew his pupils would be interested in what was happening in China.
Let's pretend I've got my chopsticks here. What am I doing that's not right? Apart from holding them, obviously. Molly?
You shouldn't wave them in the air because it's rude.
It's rude. So, therefore, they've got a little bit different there, haven't they? It's very rude, isn't it? Right, moving on. Let's go on.
Prior to today, they'd been making a terracotta army in art and learning about the country's geography.
So if they've only got 7% of the food, they produce their own food, what have they got to do to get more food?
Import.
Oh, well done.
We've had to research the terracotta army, lots of different stuff. We've even had to do it as homework.
With cross-curricular activities, the more effort the teacher puts into it, the more the children will get out of it. And what we're aiming for is the children to have fun and learn at the same time.
Today, John and Class 6JG are going to focus on two more aspects of the curriculum: filmmaking and ICT, and PE.
Well, I believe that you need to grab the children's attention really early on, and because straight away they get engaged and they're enthused about it, and therefore they're more willing to actually work harder.
John has the ability to motivate any child, which I think is unique in teaching, because it doesn't matter what they can do or what they can't do, he seems to always get the best out of them.
To get the lesson started, John has made his own film.
I made a quick film last night for you because I wanted to show you what you can do with this software, because our objectives are create a film about China, learn about a new film editing software.
You ready? Today you're making films. I want you to be imaginative and creative about making these films. As you can see, I'm outside the China Wall, Great China Wall. But I could be anywhere. I could be on a beautiful landscape or anything like that.
The children have got to learn to present their work in lots of different ways. Some children are very good at writing things down, some children are not. But orally, speaking and listening has got to be more in our curriculum. And it says that in the national curriculum anyway. It's got to take up a certain element. And speaking in TV programmes, speaking and listening and everything like that plays a major part of it. And
you're not looking at the camera. Not very good. So think about it. Think about who's filming you. Where are you going to stand? It's all up to you.
What are always the best
But
ideas?
before the budding Spielbergs get to work, they've got to make a plan.
Don't jazz it all up like I did on there just for the sake of it. It's got to look good. Remember, who's your audience? Yes?
People, our class.
Yep.
And parents.
Parents? Are there any questions? You can't do anything unless you've got an initial plan, and from that plan you can add to it or take bits and pieces away. The storyboard, I tell the children, is the most important part of the whole film, because without knowing where you're going next and what you need to include in that little element, you can't make an effective film. What have we got here?
The environment and the landscape pollution.
Right. Why are you mentioning pollution?
So you had asthma and you had athlete in the Olympics, you could get rock.
Once they've scripted their film, they're ready to record it. Using some techniques you might not expect to see in a classroom.
I want them to start thinking outside the box, so we put a green screen on behind them, then they've got the opportunity to place themselves anywhere in the world.
To use the green screen, first they'll film themselves in front of it, and then they'll be able to replace the green background with a photo or video during the edit.
Hello everybody, are you thinking of going to China? If you are going to, you need to know some simple Chinese languages.
Did you know that Chinese people eat duck because they believe it's good luck?
To the end of the evening, we are going to tell you some facts about China.
In Beijing, there is over 30 million people.
Goodbye is Zay, and I hope you learned some great Chinese. Back to you, Chloe.
You've got to be confident and allow the children to actually make choices. You know, I'm a great believer that children should question the teacher as well in the correct way, and they've got to learn to do that. If you let the whole class go away in small groups, right, they learn so much more from their peers than they would ever do for me.
And then the tree's going to be in the background. Now we are going to explain about old Chinese clothing, then we go down. As I say to the children in tight shoes, guys, so when we say as it would scrunch up their feet, then you stop it. Okay, right.
The cameras that we use, they can record short films, and then they download that onto the computer, which is an essential skill when they go outside of in real life. Right, so what we're going to be doing, right, we've got to get your films from here to here. When we go onto the images, it's exactly the same. We click on the load image, go onto your images, and they're all there. Now, the images for
John was very keen to take over as ICT manager about 2 or 3 years ago because he was so keen in introducing this technology into all areas of the curriculum, really, and since he's done that, he has brought a lot of things into school, a lot of packages, and encouraged people to use various things, the video cameras, the Apple Macs that we've got, and I think probably virtually every year group in the school is making use of them.
Give them a laptop, the children will learn, as long as they're pointed in the right direction. And then you add further to that you can actually place them anywhere in the world, you can actually use a camera and everything like that. They will learn what you want them to learn about. And I actually think the camera is a tool that we underuse in education.
Making the films allow the class to cover lots of different curricular areas. John's also planning on using them to teach music.
Tomorrow, we're going to create our own theme tunes. Is that all right? Some of you will use GarageBand, some of you use Dance DJ.
With whatever they're doing, it could be a literacy topic, it could be a history topic, whatever it is, I think with the use of the technology just motivates them to perhaps come up with things they would never have come up with otherwise.
It's after lunch, and having spent the morning looking at ICT, it's time for PE for 6JG. Today's lesson is linked to the China topic they've been studying.
Right, today we're going to try to find out who's our Olympic champion. So this is going to be our little mini Beijing. We've got 5 events for you. All right, you're going to be in groups of 8. I want to find out who was the best all-round athlete, and the children to have fun with it as well. So we devised 5 activities to give them an opportunity to find out who was the champion.
John's events are going to reflect those taking place at the Olympic Games.
Well, it's called the 300 metres, actually. Katie's going to be doing the timer, yeah? She's going to be here. She's not going to stop the timer. She's going to shout out when you run through the line what your time is. So you've got to remember that time. Well, we do the long distance run because that's part of our sports day, and we have to find out who will represent our class in that sports day. Plus, I think it's good for the children to actually run that far. Some of them don't enjoy it, but I think they need to be encouraged and carry on running that way.
And your marks, get set, go!
Get into the inside as quickly as you can.
1 minute 29, 1 minute 47, 1 minute 36.
For each event, there are points awarded for the quickest time or the longest distance covered.
1 minute 40.
Jamie, how many seconds did you get?
Through some of the events, he's able to focus on the children's techniques.
The stand-in long jump. Can I ask you to just do a quick jump? Look at the way she's doing it. Leaps forward. Right, brilliant. Do you just use your feet in this one? What part of your body are you using in this one?
Your arms and your feet.
Your arms and your legs, OK? And your arms, and you're going to be swinging the arms. I try to focus mainly on the long jump because it's one element that some of the children do have more difficulty with than the others. Bend your legs again, like that's it. Good. It's a more technical sport that we had out there at the moment, and a lot of the children just want to focus on their legs, and they don't realise that their upper body really plays a major part of it as well, and that's why I wanted to focus mainly on that area. Right, stop that again. You're doing this. It's brilliant here, but then before you're jumping, you're coming and bringing your foot forward. Try it. Excellent. Well done. No, stop.
Events like the shot put are too dangerous to take place at school, so he's created a safer alternative.
Right, here we go, tennis ball throw. It's not where it lands, it's where it actually stops. He throws the ball, doesn't matter where it lands, he's going to measure it up, write it down on his sheet of paper and find out how many points. We thought, well, let's do the tennis ball throw where the ball ends. And again, throwing is an element which we do in athletics as well, a lot of, and I thought that everybody can throw a tennis ball in our group.
We got 44 metres.
As not all of the children are athletic, John has created an event to help even things up.
Come on, hurry up.
Cup stacking involves unstacking a set of 6 cups, making a pyramid, and then restacking the cups as quickly as possible.
Speed stacks came about because we introduced speed stacks a few months ago after a PE meeting, and the children thoroughly enjoyed them. We had them planned doing speed stacks at lunchtimes, and my class were teaching the rest of the school how to do it. We thought that'd be quite a good activity to do, because some of the children are very good doing the speed stacks, but not so good at running.
And the final event is a mix of Olympic and non-Olympic sports.
Now this is our obstacle race. What we're going to do, 10 on either side. Jump, jump. Then we do speed stacks, press up position, tennis, keepy ups. We do 10 skips. They run around the cone. They run, sprint down to the end, and when they get over the start line, you stop the clock.
The obstacle race comes about from when we've done sport before school during National Sports Week. And again, you've got different elements. You've got the different techniques, especially with the speed jump, right through to the skipping. And again, we put an element of the speed stacks in there where they had to do the press up and changing the hands and so on. And it's great, and it's a great leveller, because some children may be very good at the skipping and so on, but not so good at different elements on there.
Right, everybody in, please.
So with all 5 events complete, it's the moment of truth.
Right, come on, over in. Bring your sheets. Right, so, did you enjoy that? Right, good.
Who will be the East Preston Junior School champion?
But our winner is, drum roll, Jamie. Well done.
I would say that what you've seen here today is typical of how John always teaches. I think anything he does, he likes to bring in as many different subjects as he possibly can, because I think he believes, and I think he's right in thinking that that is the way children learn best.
Even if it isn't games like maths, he still makes it fun, and he doesn't make us just answer boring questions. He thinks that if we do fun stuff, it gets in a little bit more, and we can understand it more like that.
John's the first to admit that creating cross-curricular learning takes more than just one person.
If it weren't for the school, there's no way in the world I could do half the things that I could do. And I've got some amazing staff at the school. You know, the TAs are second to none.
He's really, really good as a teacher because he teaches most of our lessons in fun ways.